Hello everyone, this is Leimomi Keliikuli, intuitive soul alignment coach here, and I wanted to actually just do a live stream here for my own Fame and Fortune Soul Alignment Facebook group because I got this question that I think really applies to everyone here because a lot of you are doing and leading your tribe and stepping into your potential, and but you're kind of wanting to know about how does that translate into my life and business. So for today, I wanted to talk about basically what are the grids, because I got this question today. What are the grids, and how is that surrounding our communities, and how does that really affect you in your life and business, and also what the city of light is, and like what would you need to do in order to really start to activate and step into your leadership role more, and do your divine mission. So if you just jumped on in, just say hello, just let me know that you're listening in, and I wanted to reframe it in a way that so everybody can understand what this means. So if you have been looking at some of my posts over the past couple of days, and I've been mentioning about how I made this move to Maui, and how I moved from the Big Island to here, and then why I'm here and stuff like that. I've been talking a lot about these grids and also about the City of Light. So I'm going to try to break it down so it makes sense, so everybody understands what I mean energetically. So I just wanted to turn it off. But I also want you to understand from a perspective of a soul level perspective. So think of the earth is really the embodiment of our own body, right? Like we are actually on every level, micro and macro, everything that's surrounding you right now. We're all energy. We are all in this holographic memory of our own universe. And so when things are not falling into place the way that we want to, a lot of times you may not even be aware of it, but it's actually affecting you because it's the grids or the stuff that's in your community can also manifest in a negative way and also in a positive way too. So on the earth, okay, there are particular if you look when you Google Map something, right, there's actually, if you look on all the different lines, all the different, on the globe, right, there are actually axis points, how we have different coordinates. Our body and also the earth has the same thing. So what I was actually doing in terms of talking about the grids, I'm actually really talking about there are particular points of the earth that holds a particular vibration, and not only vibration, but it's holding, it's almost like a pin. If you put a copper pin, probably in your yard, or something of metal or crystal, or something physical, you can do that, of course. It energetically affects everything surrounding it. So everything in your house, everything that you are wearing, the things that are happening all around you, is actually energy, right? It's these, and technically the only way to explain it is to say it's a grid. It's like a grid. There are actually webs of webs. The best way I can explain it is these webs that are surrounding our entire being, like the matrix, all those numbers that you saw comes down the screen. It's kind of like that. All of the things that we have in our body, all around us, we are all this energetic matrix. So this is really big, right? Can you imagine if you could actually see all of this energetically? Everything is made perfectly, beautifully made. The creator of the universe, God, source, made everything very specifically for our whole being to exist and this multidimensional nature. So the grids, what I'm actually doing is I'm reestablishing the magic, the rainbow or the higher frequencies, so that particular parts of the earth can hold a much higher vibration of frequency that's coming in right now. So like even in your house, like everything that's surrounding you right now, if it is not in your vibration, honestly, you're going to feel the effects. You're going to feel sick. You're going to feel like money is not flowing to you. Because a lot of it too is, you're misaligning to your own unique nature, which is, I consider that your soul's blueprints. It's the same thing with the earth. We have like energy that flows, like meridians that flows through our entire body, but so does the earth. So there's different actual frequencies that each of us hold a vibrational level. And so the earth, different parts of the earth, whether it's Maui here or in Ireland or in Australia, wherever you're at, there are actually grid work, like certain parts of the earth that has to hold a particular vibration in order for earth to be healthy. So same thing, right? Like if you have a blockage in your shoulder because you had an accident, same thing happens to Mother Earth. If there is, things are destroyed, there's tornadoes or stuff like that. All of these things are all happening energetically because it's misaligned. So in order for her to function and for us to function, our meridians, or our grid, our energy part of our body, needs to be in harmony. But what's happening is our humanness, right? We've made things become more commercialized. We are like destroying trees and right? Like we are not living in alignment with the we call Aina in Hawaii, the land and the resources and everything. It's all becoming so, like the grids are so misaligned right now. So instead of operating from a much higher level, we're actually like walking around like Mother Earth with like no leg, like scooting around trying to figure things out because we're not living in wholesomeness, right? So when I was talking about the grids, what I'm actually doing on Maui is in order for a particular place to, how do I say, like function in a way where everyone else functions, there are particular grids and particular places that need to be activated. So to me, that's what I consider the city of light, is where not only the land, right, like activating the grid itself, the energy vortexes that needs to be connected directly to all the different parts of the world, but it also needs to get in alignment with a bigger grid, like how we have our energy body, our physical, our mental, our spiritual body. So does the earth. It has its own, she has her own physical body, which is stuff that the matter that we live on the earth, right? Her energy body, which is her emotional state, and her physical body, her spiritual body, which to me, that's the grids. Does it make sense? So if all of those different levels is not functioning, then that's why Mother Earth is sick. That's why we feel sick. That's why we get emotional for no reason. That's why like things aren't working in our life and business, because we are all affecting each and every one of our like trajectory. So this is why it's so important for you to live in the best central place, in the best position for you to operate at a much expansive nature, right? So right now, we need to activate the City of Lights. City of Light actually just means where there are central places where higher vibrational frequencies that allow Mother Earth and everything to function as one. So my big mission really is to help other leaders to actually activate their own city of light, like wherever you're at in the world, right? Be able to connect directly with Mother Earth, connect with the grids, so that we are like holding the same vibration for each other. But if central pieces are not activated right now, then Mother Earth cannot evolve, just like how we need to evolve our soul, so does Mother Earth. Okay. Yeah, so I think did that make sense? I'm talking very big, so I hope I didn't lose you guys. But that's essentially what the City of Light really is about, is activating Mother Earth's ability to function at a 5D world. Right now, we're moving from 3D to 4D to 5D, right? And 5D just means that we live in alignment in our soul's ability to expand and live in peace and harmony. That's truly what it is all about. It's just we're living in a more expansive nature. So the things that we didn't have access to before, because we're limited, whether it's money or fame or fortune or like all of those abundant parts of ourselves, we will have access to as long as these grids and these city of lights are activated. So that's why I have a huge vision, because I'm thinking, wow, how the heck I can't do it by myself. And when I think about it, it's like not possible for me to just only activate Maui. Maui is just one part of Mother Earth that needs to get activated. And I can't even do Maui myself because it requires the people to awaken their consciousness and to start living in a conscious awareness that we are so misaligned in right now, right? Like we're totally not connected. It's just, that's why there's just back and forth, like getting emotional, not feeling clear, not knowing how to like create a business aligned to you. All of that is all happening. It's because you're not living in an expansive part of your soul and yourself. So that's why it's so important to activate your highest psychic gifts, because each and every one of us have a very particular high level gift that functions to help create this city of light. City of light of communities of people who live in alignment with everything, all life, the universe. We can, talk and communicate in a very functional way. Right now, everything is all discombobulated. I don't even know if there's a word, but it really feels like discombobulated, right? It feels like it's just work, and that's why things are not flowing. So this is my question to you, right? If you are not operating at a much higher aspect, that's probably why you feel super stuck. You're trying to fit yourself in a way that's supposed to look like, a structure, 4 walls, that's not allowing you to really fully be who you are, right? So, like I said, the grids are basically like these energy centers where your gifts actually are directly affected by these kind of grid communities and codes of light that actually needs to surround that particular town or city that you're in. But if it's not activated, or it's or humans have kind of like tainted it too much, then we end up creating very sick places, right? So, for example, places are contaminated. That's why it's so important that we have this new revolution. Even like the native Indians, right, are trying to like stop them from building the oil there in the mid US, because if that happens, it's going to affect the entire earth. It's going to affect you to be able to function in your life and business. But we're so disconnected to the way that Mother Earth and everything is like. You know what I mean? Like, it's like we're so, like we're watching a movie and we're watching all of this crap all happen, but we feel like we're not involved in it. But the truth is, you need to be energetically involved in it, because that energy will affect your life and business right now. So if you feel like things are stuck and things are not working, it's probably because your city or your community are having serious issues, but you're not really seeing the bigger picture of why that is affecting you in your life and business now, right? It's basically, these grids are like energetic blockages, right? Like if you have a pain in your shoulder, it's an energetic blockage, whether it was an accident, if it's physical level, it's emotional level. It affects you in being able to function. So then we can't sleep. We may even procrastinate. Maybe like living more in a dramatic way, living in duality, because our community is so stuck with that energetically, right? So these were what I'm talking about, the grids, because your community of people are actually living in their emotional body of sadness and not having hope, feeling anger, and injustice, right? And the reason is because these grids that you're surrounded by in your community has not been able to have access to the higher vibrational levels of codes that are coming through right now, directly from source. So this is why we need a lot more grid workers, people who can really step into the potential and, find the central places to activate these grids. But again, this is a very particular gift to be able to do that. But I wanted to educate you guys about what that actually means, because I got that question of what are the grids and what is actually City of Life all about. City of Light, what is that about? I'm really not talking only spiritual. I'm talking about the consciousness of humanity is going to grow at a bigger level than you can even imagine. And because everything is so disconnected, right? So without each one of you really stepping into your potential and, stepping into your leadership, there's no way that we can honestly live on this earth any longer. That's why actually a lot of souls are leaving. They're choosing it, but also because it's a much higher vibration now. And so now it's time for you to really think about, well, what am I doing right now in my community, right? What do I stand for? What is it that I need to do in order in my community to help the grids and help, at a much bigger level than just living, right? If you live in a city, then how could you make your city much more environmentally friendlier, right? You can actually start by recycling or, picking up trash or, just think about what kind of things that you can do on your part that's going to allow these other bigger, expansive part of communities to actually become in existence. But the truth is, to create a city of light, it involves the people. So what a lot of healers and psychic workers have been doing, or grid workers have been doing, they've been activating, because honestly, there's just so many pain points on Mother Earth right now. She's in a lot of pain. And also for even yourself, right? You have a lot of blockages in your body. So if we're not able to move the energy, right, all around us, then we don't actually have the abundance of money and things that should be flowing to you, because you become so disconnected to all those parts of your being, which to me, that's the grids. Did that make sense? I just probably talked your ear off, but somebody asked this is a very deep question. So that's why I was like, okay, I got to live stream about this, because it's the way I think, honestly, is so much bigger, and I don't know how to explain it in just like 5 words. It's seriously a consciousness level. So if you've been wanting to step into your leadership, and wanting to figure out what you stand for, what you really want to do here on earth, into your divine mission, it's truly about seeing what your absolute potential is. So that's why I said it's like your highest psychic gifts. What is your true potential? Honestly, not a lot of people can do what I do, right? Not a lot of people can write amazing books, right? We all have a very unique high psychic gifts that translates in a way that will help your people and help everybody else, your community, at the same time. But you need to be aware of what your soul's archetypes and your blueprints are, because once you figure that out, it's going to make you stand out, number one, right? Because you're going to be very unique. And number two, you're going to see like how people and communities can be created by you sharing your message that way. It's so much bigger than you can imagine right now. Stacy says, "Yep, it makes sense." Suzette says, "Yes, makes sense. Thank you." Dee says, "Yep, it's happening. It's amazing, Leimomi." Hi, Gretchen. Hi, Iris. Okay, cool. I hope that this enlightened you, because I truly believe we are living in a very small nature. And it's time for us not to think small. It's time for us to think big. It's time for us to say what you really truly want in your life, good and bad, and make it happen. Because we are creating more problems, right? Without that access to our soul that way, we can create even more problems than we can imagine. I didn't actually understand this until my consciousness grew, of course. So I'm trying to grow your consciousness to see it at a different level. And I want you to really take that action. So if you feel there's something in your community, online and offline, that is not right, go and, make it right. We call that pono. We make it right. If it's not right, we make it right. Why? Because we want to create from the soul. We want to create peace. We want to create more love and connection. So without that, I don't even know why we're living, right? So your divine mission is so much bigger, and I want you to start taking that action, and the aligned action. Even if it's one small little thing, like reaching out to a homeless person, or talking to the right people to get into a bigger network that's going to be about helping humanity in the earth. Because we every day are making choices either in alignment or not in alignment, and it's either going to change. You're going to either change your life, or you're going to go misalign your entire life, right? He says it is the best thing to know. It changed my life. Dee, knowing your blueprints definitely opened you in a whole new way, right? It's awesome to see that you just totally step into your divine power, because that's really what I want people is to actually know what you are at soul level and how that translate in your life and your business. And that's my expertise, is showing you what your blueprints are, how exactly you manifest, what your high psychic gifts are, so you can start to use that in your life and business, and so it can feel really soulful. Right now we're just manifesting from the brain, honestly. We're trying to create things from our brain. And honestly, the more you do that, the more misaligned you get. Because you actually, when you manifest from the brain, you manifest what you want and what you don't want at the same time. But if you manifest from the heart, aligned to your blueprints this way, it purely comes from source. There's no negative effects. It's just a positive trajectory. Suzette says, yes, exactly. Every action in person is important. Yes. Hi, Carolyn. All right. Well, I wanted to just jump on here because I miss you guys. I've been moving, It's been terrible. I'm finally here in my house, in my office, and I'm loving this expansive space. For the first time, I really, really feel at home, energetically and physically. We're still unpacking our boxes because we literally got everything from the container yesterday. So hopefully it's not going to take 2 more weeks or so. I just wanted to us be settled. So yeah, my webinar is coming up on Sunday, which is Activate Your High Psychic Gifts. And it's at 9 a.m. my time, Hawaii time, or 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you guys jump on that, because I'm going to talk about this subject even more. So the 3 steps on how to use your high psychic gifts to manifest whatever you desire. and what your highest psychic gifts archetypal blueprints are, and what else. And then after that, I'm having the group program, Activate Your Highest Psychic Gifts in 30 Days program, starting on November 1st. And that's where we're going to take what we know you are at soul level, but your highest psychic gifts, and use your blueprints to manifest exactly what you desire, but also just help you to align to your divine mission even more and into your leadership. So that's going to happen. And then a lot of you asked me again, because you guys all missed like the 14-day Soul Line Manifestation Challenge. So I'm going to do that in December 1st, right after the 30-day program. So if you want to, get on the early bird bonuses, be sure that you sign up before, what was the date? I think it was like next week. So I'm going to leave the links below. Listen to my free webinar. It's going to really awaken up your consciousness about your highest psychic gifts. And then my programs are happening too, including my new Soul Alignment Ambassador program that's going to start in January, which is, we're going to again take what you are at soul level, but I'm going to help you to step into your leadership and, be the ambassador for what you are meant to do here on earth, because I'm going to help you align to your divine mission, activate your high psychic gifts, and help you align to your manifesting blueprints and everything you need to know in order to be source. So actually, I should really call it Be Source. Be Source Ambassador program or something like that. I haven't figured out the name yet, but I feel like that's the next level for all of you, because you guys are all amazing leaders, honestly. And it's just now all it is about being source, like being fully your full potential and expansive nature. So anyway, I'll put the links below. You guys, let me know if you have any questions about this. And I just wanted to talk to you guys about the grids, because it's so much bigger than you can even imagine. And I want you to start feeling into your new level and your divine mission. All right, well, you guys have an amazing day. Love you. Aloha.